Koholo Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rakakudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone Ruel. I am not a member, however, I've entered into their labors. Peace and mercy to the sincere brothers and sisters, students, wherever you are, whatever your lot may be. I'm going to let this play. It's kind of long. I believe it is. Let's see.
People, they have to...
Oh, it won't even let me check it. There's one other video. I may have to split this up because I don't have a lot of time, but I wanted to strike while the iron is hot. So let's let this play. Let's get a couple of scriptures. Those that know, you understand what is going on. The plans of the left. All right. Well, really, they're the plans of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, right? Or really on the left-hand side. But that right hand is coming with swift deliverance as well. Okay. This devil, the scriptures do say in the fullness of his sufficiency. Let's get that really quick before we start. I believe it's it. It's efficiency. Wait, had to sound that out. Yes, there we go. I couldn't spell. Job 20 and 22. So I'm just going to read it from here really quick. All right. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And that's what we're seeing now. And at the end of the day, you hear it time and time again. If you listen to these videos, you listen to, the prophets, that he's just going to have the enchantments ain't going to work. He's just going to have to come down with great wrath. Okay. And there will be a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. But the beauty of it, I guess the silver lining, that if that's what you want to call it, is that a lot of these Bible Belt Edomite Christians and the 2/3 white Jesus lovers, a lot of them will be fodder for the true and I'll say hopeful elect, the true elect. Hopefully we are of that number. All right, so let's let this roll a little bit. I got another 10 minutes, so here we go.
Eliminate is too large. It is too many. We are talking about millions of Americans. And this is where we see their plans are changing. And they are going to initiate something that is devastating and that is extremely frightening.
Right, look into FALGs, right? Those or the opposite of a white swan event. People took that Pokey Poke Juicy Juice a couple years ago, right? There are many different things. There, obviously, that third woe is coming down. People die in war. In large, people die in wars. The scriptures, Second Esdras even goes into that, where it talks about the birds and the crows will have a feast. You can look that up on your own. What else? Maybe a second planned end, maybe a part 2 to 2019, 2020, right? And people want to say, how could they do this? This isn't right, or I don't believe it. Hey, what you believe don't mean shit, okay? And the second thing is, people with humanity are trying to figure out the mind of a soulless beast. It is, you can't think the way they think, and they can't think the way you think.
And based on what I can see in the documents, we're talking about power outages along with a purge. They're going to come in, they're going to take you out of your home, and they're going to put you into a military vehicle or whatever, a van, and drive you away and place you into a camp.
Now, this would be considered a sea theory, but all of them have been, or I shouldn't say all, 95% have been proven to be true. They are building these camps. Right, they are doing these things as we speak. The infrastructure for the MOTB is being built. All of this is actually happening, and the Lord said it would happen. And again, if the bad is happening, then you know that the good is on his way. Man shall desire to go into a city. I know that. Yes, 2 Ezra 15 and 17. But we're going to go to the whole chapter. 15 and 17. But we're going to start at 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. What's the modern day sword? Obviously, your pew-pews and literal swords and literal knives. Any way people can fashion weapons, right? There's going to be insurrection. There's going to be sedition. There's going to be a complete and utter fallout here in this country. And the average American is going to feel firsthand what it feels like when Babylon invades these other countries and destabilizes them, and then there is no proper leadership. There is no a steady, consistent leadership that was put in place by the people for the people. Babylon is going to get a taste of its own medicine. And those of us that have lived here, especially those who love this place so much, are going to be who have lived deliciously off of the invading of other countries and subverting their governments and sabotaging the people and keeping them in a low estate. That's what's coming here. The chickens, this age-old saying, the chickens are coming home to roost. And even more so, the way this place was started is the way it's going to go out, by invasion. The borders are wide damn open. And it is deadly serious. The only thing that can keep anybody completely, or should I say the Israelites, those who are chosen from the foundation of the earth, man, and I prayerfully, if listening, learning, preaching, and teaching, those of you, myself included, I pray we're of that number, because it's about I don't think we even understand how wicked things are going to get. We can talk about it, and we can read it and say, yeah, this was happening, boom, 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 blah, blah, blah. But it's different when you're in the midst. When you're unsure, the scriptures tell you that we will be in the midst of this, but be kept. So there's still fear. But the Lord will put a spirit on his men, and I pray that we are there. Let me finish reading this. 15, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, right? Lockdowns, or you got snatched up and you trying to go somewhere and you can't because you are physically restrained or put in, picked up from your home and put in a facility somewhere. Who knows? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And a lot of these things are going to be man-made. However, the Lord put the spirit on these devils on the left-hand side to do that, to fulfill prophecy. And it is our job to lean hard on the right, and lean hard on Yahweh Shai, lean hard on faith and belief, and understand that miracles are coming. Whatever you need to do, however much you need to fast and pray, do it. Do it while things are open. Do it while the internet is, you can freely search what you need to search. Do it.
It is a very, very big operation that they're planning. It is millions of Americans. They will do it under the cover of night, under the cover of blackness, during one of these planned blackouts. The blackouts are based on documents. I'm just looking at it right now. They have a 3-day blackout. They have a nationwide blackout that lasts 2 days, and a lot of localized blackouts. So it is a whole series of blackouts that they're going to do. And of course it will be blamed on all kinds of things. They might blame it on Iran. I have seen that mentioned in the documents.
China. It's going to be China's fault. That's what they're going to say.
They've already prepped people for this. There are going to be more blackouts. They're already predictive programming, so we may see more of this as we go on. As far as I can tell from Project Zephyr, or Zypher, they are planning this next year and the year after. They are not done tagging, tracking, and identifying everyone. It looks like they're at about 78%. I looked in the documents, and there were a couple of indications of far along they feel the project is. They're like 78% done, but they're not completely done. It does take time to identify a YouTube account and then track it to the email that it was created with, and then the IP address, and then find out who created it. It does take them a lot of time to do that. It is not instant. It does take a lot of research, because a lot of people create a YouTube account with an email address that doesn't give any indication of who they are, an account name that doesn't have their full name on it. They don't use their real pictures. So it is a challenge for them, and that's why the project has been going on for so long. But it is coming to a close. In the next 6 months to a year, it appears it is coming to a close, and that is when Project Cypher will be initiated.
You can see it at the top here, Project that.
So I have some notes here. I'm going to continue on, talk a little bit more about. Right, they're being tracked, they're being identified. That's the whole point. A lot of people have said, well, why are some of these YouTube channels allowed to exist? Why are they allowed to so openly talk about the truth? And some of you might know Adam Green, No More News, and there are a whole bunch of others, and they're very, very open about Zionism, and they're very honest about it, and they're telling the truth. I mean, they are telling the truth.
Right, that's their way of telling you. So they'll have their controlled opposition, or they'll have somebody speak the truth, but then on the same hand, they'll say that that person's crazy, or they'll link him with, a sea theorist. And then it's up to you to decide. But on the left-hand side, they told you. They said it. All right, and again, they're looking at trying to track folks down via. He specifically said YouTube, which I honed in on, and that's because according to this truth. And the whole premise of this was people know too much. People are too privy to information, and I wonder why. That's another, man, that's just a theme for this month. It seems like that's another residual effect, right? A ripple effect of the actual truth going out, is that, the Lord did say he would put his spirit upon all men and children, and when, your sons and your daughters will prophesy and dream dreams, right? And then also the scripture where it says their tongues shall fall upon themselves. All of that is happening as we speak. Okay, and I may have to pause this and do a part 2, but understand, take this truth, take this knowledge and this understanding deadly serious. Give thanks unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. If you can understand these scriptures, obviously the Spirit is supping with you. If you have a zeal according to knowledge, if you have a need and a want, and you have a hunger to either read or listen to these videos, or a thirst for knowledge, especially when you're new, lean into that. And you will run into a time where things kind of get stale, but then you seek your first works. And of course, I'm preaching to self. But all in all, the name of the Lord, roughly paraphrased, is a strong tower. And we're going to lean on that. I believe that's in Isaiah. Proverbs 18:10. Dang, I don't know where I got Isaiah from. We'll get that, and then I'll pause this, and we'll Abarat this out. We can come back for a part 2. Oh my gosh. I wanted to actually. All right, Proverbs 18:10, straight to the point. The name of Yahweh, okay, is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. And we want to be leaning on that righteous side, leaning into the name of the Lord and Yahweh Shai. Understanding his name, understanding that you have a proper fear of the Lord, because none of this is a game. Let everybody else party and bullshit, all right? The wise man is in the house of mourning, because we understand what's coming. So with that being said,